Happy birthday to you. You belong in a zoo. You look like a monkey, and you smell like one too. That one goes out to Happily Ever Kara, whose birthday it is today. They're turning 50. Look at those frogs. Look at those frogs. I'm not on audio, but I'm reading the captions. Rude. Justice for Kara. Spoopy. Why is everybody justice for something in this channel sometimes? Also, brand new corner frog featuring both frogs. It's a whole new pot. It's a whole new spectrum of pot frog. We've got dumpling and soup, or soup and dumpling. I'm not sure which way round it goes, but that's it. I'm going to do the correct thing today because I didn't do this yesterday because I was shit. I'm going to read from the very beginning of stream. And a good 25 minutes before stream, Spoopy and Jura were in chat trying to give themselves first. But Jura was the one that successfully got first. Congratulations. And thank you for the contribution. I would like to remind everybody that there is a community challenge running in the channel points section of the channel right now. If you put channel points into that community challenge, you will get them back at the end of a 30-day period. It is about teaching you a life skill. It is about teaching you how to save. And it is about someday, in the not too distant future, somebody in the community getting 1 million so they can make me stream for 30 days straight. Thank you for the quiet hello, Jura. I hope you're having a good time doing art. VulcanRyan. I'm going to shout out VulcanRyan because I don't know if you know this, everybody, but VulcanRyan very recently coded me a literal standalone app for the wealth redistribution system, and their only price, like, I wanted to give them money. Banto, it's been literally 2 minutes. Fuck everyone else. Wow. Wow, shots fired. I'm going back to work now. Shots fired, chat. See, this is what happens, Sky. This is what happens when you steal Fanto's record with the button. Anyway, sorry, moving on. Contribution, they will get back to you in 30 days or less. Give or take, because we're like 3/4 of the way through a period right now. Happily Ever Kara, who is gone and whose birthday it is. They are currently with a client. They also did a contribution. Evil Seedlet, nice to see you. Sango, welcome in. Spoopy, how's it hanging? DollyWhiskers, make it so. Yes, engage. Because did everybody see the Star Trek themed Go Live notification today? I'm bold and I'm saying it. Engage. That's it. I can't do a Patrick Stewart impression. VulcanRyan, thank you for the contribution. Spoopy is still leading the pack with the first by 1 whole point. And we're catching up. Cursed, welcome in and thank you very much for the contribution. Can I give Kara one of my first because it's her birthday? I can unlock the ability for you all to give each other firsts, but I won't. VulcanRyan, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Happy birthday, Kara. Happy birthday, Kara. Welcome in, Sanguine. I'm just accepting I'm never going to be first, and we'll sit back and watch all of you fight over it. I mean, Cursed, if you would like a third option outside of the first selection and the trophy system that's just titled Cursed, we'll just call it Cursed. No, I could call it the Participation Award, and everybody could get a Participation Award. Because then, every time you're in stream, you could collect a Participation Award, and then you would know how many streams that you've watched if your streaks got destroyed. Actually, that might be a brilliant idea. Because we have had multiple people in the community that have lost their stream streaks by accident when they've been around like triple digits. And actually having a participation award you could just pick up if you're present would be a good thing. And yeah, I might do that. We might do the participation award. You might have sparked something inside of me, Cursed, other than love. Moving on. No, thank you, but no. Oh yes, Kayla, happy birthday, Kara. Evil Seedlet wishing a happy birthday. I'm reading on now. I'm just going to whiz through chat. Kara hit me in the face with a knife. That's a bit dark. Funnily enough, I did have the stream open, but I was in another tab catching up on a stream from yesterday, and chat was going nuts gifting subs. I got a gifted sub from your friend. I'm in one of the stream that, you know, the one that you told me about. I was in their chat briefly last night, and I was in there briefly enough to get a gifted sub. Can you rig it so it doesn't time me out for my birthday? Yeah, news for everybody. I can program it so you get no timeouts because of like special dispensation or whatever, but I'm not going to do that even for birthdays because I'm cruel and unusual. Skylar with the LMAO. Hi Sky, hope you're having a reasonable, yeah, you get the idea. I'm for Star Wars girl. I'm for sure a Star Wars girl more than a Trekkie, but this music is vibe. It does bring back all sorts of memories. I will talk about my history with Star Trek in a little bit. Gasp, rigging it in Chim's, I almost call myself Christian. Chim's Christian Twitch chat, I would never. I've literally never rigged it once. I literally have never rigged it once. All of the gifted subs I've given out, gifted first I've given out have been legitimate. They've been they've not been for political reasons. Whether or not they will, lies and slander. You're gonna miss me singing happy birthday. Okay, we're catching up to the beginning of stream. I've already sung it. You'll just have to wait until I get back. We did not wait. How? Wow, I'm not on the... Okay, we're catching up. Look at those frogs. Pot frogs. Both pot frogs in the corner. Pot frogs. Justice for Sky. And it's soup on the bottom. I got the first. I used the command. You did not. Evil Seedlet, thank you for the contribution. I'm up to the VulcanRyan shout-out. Spoofy's trying to give themselves first again. Banto chose violence and claimed the trophy. And got nothing. Literally nothing for the job. But you get nothing. I can't even give them out. I'm 95% sure I could just start giving out the trophies for free, but I'm not going to do that. Sanguine has contributed to the community challenge. Thank you very much, Sanguine. The world really has gone crazy. It's just fucking anarchy. People redeeming the redeem that you're not meant to redeem till at least hour 2. Now I really feel part of the community. The little guy in the background gif is freaking me out. Like the. You not like it? You not like it, Seedlet? This is how I wave hello to everybody. I'm like stood at the side of the road like this. I'm going to put a flag there. I'm not saying that's potentially my thumbnail image of myself, but I'm not saying it. Can we call it the Millennial Award? Yes, we can. Could you write that down in the mod chat of the Discord? But he's a friendly little fella. He is a friendly little fella, and he's doing this. My hand's doing that by itself. I can't stop it. Sanguine, Dilemma, and thank you for the contribution. Welcome in. Oh, you did? Nice. Bye, Sanguine. Bye. Is it... Wait. Where does Sanguine go? Sanguine got timed out. Okay, that's fine. I mean, he's been waving so long, his arm's got to hurt. He keeps going just for friendship. Sky's not having a reasonable anything for a while. Scarlet's having aggression anxiety. That's why I hesitated, Sky, when I said that. My score didn't increase when I claimed the first, though, so I needed it. Soon, TM. He looks like a Fraggle, and that makes me happy. Down at Fraggle Rock. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I remember Fraggle Rock. Okay. Friends and enemies, distinguished guests, people in possession of souls, we are here. We are playing Star Trek. I keep saying the Resurgence. I keep wanting to call it Revengeance, because Revengeance is like... And Resurgence is like... I mean, I'm not sure. Revengeance is a bit more metal. Like... What it... yeah, Resurgence is very this. Revengeance is very this. Something along those lines. Either way, we are playing this to honor an agreement with my beloved VulcanRyan. VulcanRyan is an absolutely fantastic Elden Ring speedrunner. Honestly, at various points around 13th, 14th in the world for the section of Elden Ring that they run. Hold up, I gotta go get my comm badge. Do it, I dare you. Actually do it if you have it though. Well, if this becomes a thing, if you have any Star Trek memorabilia, I expect it to be around you while I'm playing this game. But he coded me a custom Python app to run the Wealth redistribution system via my channel point redeems. I wanted to pay him. He refused payment and instead was like, well, I'll just pick a game for you to play. And this is it, Star Trek Resurgence. I know literally nothing, other than the fact it was recommended to me by another community member a while ago. Time Lord said I should play this. And I didn't at the time because I think it was only on Epic or not on Steam, but I bought this on Steam. So we're going to see how it goes. My history with Star Trek is as follows. I don't like the original series. I know that's going to upset a massive amount of people. My favorite part of the original series, though, is the bit where the evil people come from the alternate universe. Because the best thing about the entire Star Trek franchise, and I know they really went ham on it in the most recent ones, but I like the mirror universe stories where they have a tiny little beard. And then it got all like... they're all evil, and then in Deep Space Nine they really doubled down, and then the character Kira had like a sexy equivalent of themselves, and it was like I really like the mirror universe storyline in all of the Star Trek. Love the mirror universe storyline. The movies are the best thing about TOS. Didn't they kidnap a whale? Didn't they go back in time and kidnap a whale? It's been a very long time since I watched a TOS movie, but I remember there being something to do with whales. They saved the whales. Okay, was this around a certain period in actual, like, the real world where that was a big, like, political issue in terms of save the whales? Were they sponsored by PETA, or other breads are available? PETA, however you pronounce it. I don't know, but yeah, I've watched every series up until I've watched every Star Trek series up until the point where Paramount shat the bed, decided that they were going to have their own streaming service, and then ripped everything off of the various other streaming platforms. I was really enjoying Picard as well, and I was halfway, I was enjoying Discovery as well, and then Paramount was like, Netflix and Amazon Prime and Disney Plus are making so much money out of our properties. Paramount's going to have its own streaming service that's not widely available in the UK. And then I lost access to a bunch of Star Trek that I couldn't watch. So I've not watched the latest series of Star Trek Discovery, which I enjoyed. It did get better. And Picard, I think I started season 3 somewhere. I can't remember where, because I know I've seen at least an episode of it. But yeah, Star Trek. Deep Space Nine. I'm trying to think of which one's my favorite. I like the way Deep Space Nine's story became a lot more like a different... I'm trying to think of the way to word this. Serially? I'm not sure what the difference is. Where they had the fixed location and they were always in the same place, I did like that as an experience, because I feel like a lot more of the in-universe lore happened because they weren't going anywhere. But I would say Star Trek Voyager is probably my favorite because of the isolation aspect, and they got to explore a bunch of shit that they not explored before. You mean continuity? Yeah, continuity. I can't pronounce that today. Janeway was such a badass. Apparently terrible person in real life. My parents went to a comic book convention where Captain Janeway was there signing autographs, and they relayed to me afterwards that they didn't have a very good experience with her. Whether or not they were just having a bad day, I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. You should never meet your heroes, apparently. Other than me, because I would love you all to come to ChimCon in 2029. ChimCon, formerly now being held in Bangkok. Not formally, because I've not organized it, and that would probably be massively expensive. Also, I need to become very popular on Twitch before we hold a convention. Friggin' love Voyager, yeah. I like Chakotay and Neelix. And the fact that Chakotay was clearly wanting to bang Captain Janeway, and then there was sexual tension for the entire time. And then there was like an episode where they got ill, right? And then they were on a planet where they decided to kiss, and then they couldn't leave. And then Voyager went off and and over time tried to solve the problem, and then they came back and got them. Something like that. No love for next gen. I like next gen. The best thing I like about the next generation, the Borg story. I really like the Borg as an enemy. My favorite section was the bit in Voyager where they were in Borg space and all of the lore and expanded lore surrounding those as characters, because they were so... I don't know. It blew my tiny little mind when the Borg were introduced into Next Generation and Captain Picard became a Borg as well. Spoilers. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. Next Gen is so good and I like it. I just like Voyager and DS9 more. I'm trying to think. I just love Star Trek, to be honest. I like what they did with Worf's character in Deep Space Nine. Like words, sort of, maybe. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. In the Next Generation, he played a very specific type of character, and when he was sort of like by himself on Deep Space Nine and sort of falling in love with the various people that he fell in love with, and they got all warrior race with him, and he got all like that like a lot more of the Klingon lore was expanded there as well. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I did like what they did with that character, and to what I understand, he is utterly destroyed in the expanded universe. Like in the books, I don't know. If you've read the books, please tell me what happens to our boy, because I don't know that. Either way, Star Trek. This game, because I really need sleep and I've never watched Star Wars, this is Star Trek, but thank you for the lurk, Spoopy. I appreciate it. So, this is a game like the Telltale games. In fact, I think it's made by some of the Telltale devs. So we are going to have moral choices, we are going to have timers, we are very likely to fuck something up. Hopefully it's not the spaceship and I get sucked out into the void of space. Or, if you're into that sort of thing, maybe we do get sucked into the void of space, because who knows, maybe that is the decision I have to make at any given time. What's the difference? One is lightsabers, one is cool. This one is cool. Also, Patrick Stewart is in this one. I love this game. Good. I've never played it, so no spoilers. Let's just be cool, right? Let's all be cool. This is a first-time playthrough. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm really glad that you're all here to appreciate and enjoy it with me. It's roughly the same length as Chicken Police, so this is going to be on the channel for at least maybe 4 streams, probably, depending if I can get a big old chunk done. I played it through in December, and I want to play it through again with different choices. You should do it for me, because I would probably play this through once, because I like playing moral choice games through once and then not ruining all of the other choices for myself, because that's my playthrough, and then I don't want to do it again in case I make a different decision, because then I'm second guessing everything that's happening. It's a problem. It's an irrational problem. If you have achieved anything big or small since the last time we spoke, I would love to hear about it. Our community celebrates achievements big or small with relevance to you. Big or small achievements for individual people can vary tremendously in terms of scope and size. We have various chronically ill, chronic health suffering people in the community, so a big achievement for them might be very different to what a typical person might consider as a big achievement. I'm trying to think if I've got one to give it to you today. Do I have an achievement that I can give you? Oh, I have an achievement. Go. I prevented a murder. What, like an actual murder? I mean, that's. I feel like this is building to some sort of like. How did you? How? George may be on the way. I'll give him a sec. How though did you prevent self-control? Yeah, I knew that was where that was going. I mean, I appreciate that, and I understand. I understand. We did the political stuff yesterday. I don't really know what to say, Sky, but you know we love you, and you know you're welcome with anybody. You know, we love you, Sky. Hi. Oh my God, we love Sky. Oh my God, we love Sky. Honestly, Sky's good people, and the world is on fire. But my real achievers, I made 2 whole appointments today. That's pretty good. Did you speak to anybody on the telephone? Because that's always the impressive thing. Thank you for the bits. As a person, I infuriate everybody that I work with all the time because I constantly send them really. It could be a telephone call, but I quite regularly send them. I had to talk to both on the phone. Holy shit! And you don't even have a significant other to do it for you. Why didn't you get Dolly to call internationally? I bet they would if you asked. Can you imagine? Hello, I'm calling you from the UK to book an appointment for my friend in the USA. Can you help? Well, I don't know why Dolly's accent is like that all of a sudden. Hello, my name's DollyWhiskers, and I'm a character in a Tintin novel. Ho, ho, ho. But congratulations on the 2 telephone calls, because I am lucky enough never have to do that, because Dolly does it for me, because that's scary and I don't want to talk to people on the phone. I massively infuriate people at work because I send them very long emails when it could be a telephone call, but I don't want to speak to them. The number of times I've gone, I could just call this person, but it stops me from being able to complain that they're not doing the thing that I'm asking them to do. Did I get Dolly to do phone calls for me? I mean, I have offered to do it for her before. I mean, can I get Dolly to do phone calls for me? The only way that DollyWhiskers is going to do a phone call for you, Spoopy, is if they call you and you interact like it's a sex line, because Dolly offers that service. Or maybe that's just to me, I don't know. I hate phone calls at work. If I can write it in an email. This is why it's good that shit like Grammarly came out into the universe, because I can write an email at work, and I write Sky can attest to this, right? Sky can attest to this. When I write things, sometimes the tone can be very... like, it's almost aggressive, because I'm like, full stop, full stop, full stop. And the fact that Grammarly and shit like that exists on the internet now, I can write an email to somebody, run it through one of those sorts of filters, and go, oh, this is what people sound like. This is what it makes it sound. This is what an email reads like when it sounds like the person's not wanting to brutally murder you. There are definitely some colleagues I avoid like the plague via phone because, oh my God, I do not cope. Josh is just a jar-opening phone call making machine. Josh is good people. And I would just like to formally welcome him, because he didn't get the experience of joining the Discord through a Twitch stream. I would just like to formally on camera welcome Evil Seedlit's Josh to the Discord community overall. If you call me, I'm going to lose my focus on the current task and have to get back in. Multiple calls in short succession completely ruined my productivity. No, message me. I'll read it once I have time. I have also, like, as a trade-off for that stuff, I've also come to understand the benefit of getting up from my desk, walking somewhere else, taking a phone call there, and then walking back to my desk, because it's like, oh, I'm taking a little break, and then I'm sitting down and I'm having a phone call with a web developer, and then I'm getting back up and then I'm going back to my desk, and it's like a separate experience. I have a colleague who takes 50 words to say something could be said in 10. I cannot have my camera on when he's talking because my face gives me away. I am guilty of that sometimes in emails. And I fumble words when I'm speaking, but I you get the curse. I think you get the idea. Yeah, that's it. We've done achievements. Oh. Star Trek, let's go. Let's freaking go. I'm gonna go down here. You know what? Because there's new corner frogs, I'm just gonna keep the green ensemble. I might get rid of the bow tie. I'm not quite feeling the bow tie, but we'll keep the frog hat on. Especially because I just tried to sell my partner as a sex line operator via phone. This is yet another reason why masks are good. Means you don't have to force a smile when you're talking to people you hate. That's why working from home is good, because when I was working from home, I did just get to send emails, because For all of those neurotypical, let me get the thing back up. For all of the neurotypical people out there that had more energy than they could fucking deal with during COVID because they got to work from home and didn't have to suffer through the energy draining experience of just generalized like positioning around people during the day, I salute you. Because God, do I long for the days. Now, obviously COVID was bad, but they took my work from home rights away from me. I had so much more energy when I didn't have to speak to people directly on a daily basis, and I put that down to my neurodivergence because it was like night and day in terms of my general functioning, that I didn't have to speak to anybody face to face. Obviously, because it's sort of kind of built up around this, because I'm not speaking to I used to be able to deal with my work life in the same way that I'm dealing with you guys in chat with this level of energy, and I don't have that anymore when I have to speak to people face to face. I just don't. People who are being asked yes or no questions and respond with an essay can all go in and die in a fire. Yes, I'm thankful for COVID because work from home. I love it so much. I get far more done at home. I've been work from home since 2011, and you would have to double my salary to get me to even consider going back to an office. Hard degree dilemma. If and when I do eventually switch my job, it will hopefully be because of work from home being on the table, because the company I work for currently took it away, and I still haven't entirely forgiven them for that. Hey! Let's frickin' go. I balanced the audio. That's not me doing anything. In fact, let's delete it. Pop and begin. New game. If the audio is unbalanced in some way, please let me know. Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of that ship over there.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am.
It's hidden a little.
More than any of them.
Irritatingly, it's hidden a little.
Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe.
I'll sort out the subtitles in a sec.
Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good.
In fact, I'll do it now. If I go up here and turn the frug off, turn the frug off. Goodbye, frug. Okay, we'll try this. We'll see if this works.
Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute.
That's not gonna work.
RightBigChimken.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm playing games where I have to move shit around. If I go over here and then I'm behind the cat, so if I get rid of that cat and we get another cat up instead. So if we do this, where are you? That one up there. There he is. Yeah, and then we do that. And if I go back down there and then I go up here, so I'm just all of this will make sense. Okay, we're fine. And now you can actually see the subtitles in the footage. You're welcome.
No, she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
Here's a tip. Don't close your eyes. You'd think that would make it easier, but it only makes it worse. Look out the window, pick a star, and just focus on that.
I'll give it a try.
Have you on my phone while I lie down? Hope the things go well. Thank you. The crew was impacted by a thing that I said.
Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
There's something very Mass Effect 1 about the graphics. Oh my god, that's a Voyager class. It's got the things and the things. Checking at security.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
Space. Every time we see space, we have to go space. Okay, so if you catch me not doing that, you're to tell me off.
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20. Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the Academy.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid.
I've decided to glaze Ensign Calloway. Every time I get a chance to compliment Ensign Calloway, I'm just going to be like, fucking hell, you're just amazing. That's how you that's how you get loyal servants, not servants. What's the word? Subordinates. I don't know. I've never been on a starship.
Off.
He's no Ensign O'Brien, is what I'm saying.
Please place your hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds.
Loyal peasants.
Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure is mine, Ensign...
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
What's a concourse?
See you on the Resolute.
I mean, I like her already. She's quite, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Plucky. Plucky? The pathway between 2 points. Snarky? I wouldn't say snarky. Oh, the concourse, the pathway between 2 points. I was like, what, you casually hovers in the hallway? Good day, Commander. Good day. Good day. Good day to you. You've clearly...
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermot is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
You're going to the Resolute too?
Over there. I see him.
Why's that?
I would say she has moxie.
Some kind of accident. Their warp core overloaded.
Make way!
That's a big
New
deal.
commander on the walking. Make way! Make way! I see him over there. Make way!
Starbase 128 has 4 docks.
Wow, racist. She sees color.
I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board.
We're gonna ask for tea. Room temperature
Excuse me.
tea. Oh, hi.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Irma,
Critical Role.
Operations Officer on the Resolute.
That dude from Critical Role.
Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting
Either
there.
Vax or Vex. I can't remember which way round it
This storm
is.
isn't making anything easy for us right now. I know conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
It was a bit bumpy, but otherwise okay.
My apologies. This storm is unlike anything I've seen before.
Does that mean Georgie is the most
We're
racist?
grateful you were
Liam
able to come
O'Brien.
fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War. Most recently, Tactical Officer and Chief of Security on the u.s.s. Endeavor.
I was gonna say this
You've
is
done your homework?
this is post Deep Space Nine in the Dominion War because they've got the grey shoulder pads. Because at the beginning of Deep Space Nine, they had the traditional, the next generation uniforms, and then partway through, when a war broke out, they went all tactical and got grey sort of like coveralls for all the top bits, and then you only saw the bit of color around the neck. So yeah, this is so actually I can go a little bit further, right, based off that knowledge, because at the beginning of Star Trek Voyager, they were also in the next generation uniforms, and then they got sucked away across the universe. So this is between Deep Space Nine and this is after Voyager left, but during Deep Space Nine. I was mentally commenting on the uniforms.
Said, we're very lucky.
This is in the Deep Space Nine timeline. Voyager is in the other side of the universe.
The u.s.s. Resolute. She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
Equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew. At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
Did you lose anyone close to you?
Too many. And to that I'll just say, you have big shoes to fill. Listen, I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time, and I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Thank you. Always good to have a sense for what you're walking into.
I just thought you ought to know.
I appreciate it.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotari region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Why is that not just a pull? Why is it a tap? Hey up, spaceship's gone all rusty.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Let me just, I can't tell if it's my mouse where I've accidentally pressed a button and the sensitivity's lower, or if this game has extremely low sensitivity. Because I'm moving my mouse and it doesn't really seem to be wanting to move. Come on. Okay, so if I close the software... No, it's just incredibly... Is there a sensitivity option in the thing? Because Jesus. Settings. Aim sensitivity. Camera sensitivity. I just whack that up to full. Wow, it's still... How odd. An anti-proton beam through the main deflector dish. Yeah, it's really annoying. I'll leave it on full for now. Oh my god, we're gonna get quick time events, aren't we? We're gonna be quick time eventing all over this shit.
And that...
Who do we think who's gonna die first, do you think?
is that.
Probably him. Are they meant to be riding on the top of that spaceship?
I thought that thing was totally fried.
A trill! Is it okay if I vote you? Wow.
Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Neely.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down
Hi,
in
Exempt.
engineering.
How's it going?
Like, now.
New character. I feel that feels a lot more responsive, so I'll leave it.
Come on.
Give me a second. I'm just putting whatever the hell this is on this other thing.
Oh, these are heavier than they look. Makes more sense than 0G. You're welcome.
Do I?
Carter Diaz.
So clean I can see myself. And you know what? Not half bad.
Oh god, I hate him already. I literally, I hate him already. Come on. I'm coming. Chill out. Where are we going? Make way.
Good to see her fully operational again.
Make way.
And if she breaks, we'll just fix her.
Make a hole? Is that what they say when they're running stuff down corridors like this? Make a hole. You can run. Nah, I wanna walk dramatically.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovok called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious. Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovok.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
That's a Vulcan.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edzelar on repeated occasions.
Apologies for the delay, Commander.
I do not want your apologies. Simply see to it that it does not happen again.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job. Right now, that entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system.
Not the Hotari system.
You have your orders. Do not delay.
Among all of the stuff,
Yes,
Vulcans like efficiency, right? Yes.
All hands on deck.
That is true.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovok said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule. Consequences be damned.
Why don't they use contractions? Make sentences smaller.
Starfleet Command wouldn't send us out if we weren't ready.
The Sol
6 months
system needs
ago,
to
I
get wiped
probably
out
would have said the
ASAP.
same thing. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh, whoa.
He didn't say make way.
Excuse me.
He didn't say make way. That's rude.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Don't talk badly about one of the best ships in all of Starfleet.
We've rebuilt enough of her by now. She better be one of the best.
We'll see about that. But I am glad to be here.
Look at these dogs. If any
He
of them
still owes me a
die,
bottle
I
of soy
riot.
and brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome.
I mean,
As soon as we wrap up this quick...
I would just like to apologize in advance because we're about to go outside of the ship, and if one of these characters dies within the first 53 minutes of the game, I don't think Evil Seedlit will ever forgive me. No!
Little spacewalk.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go.
I bet they used to kiss. Did anybody else get that impression?
See you on the other side.
I bet they used to
Activating
kiss.
magnetic souls.
Love how your gaming instinct kicked in. That fucking drag is emotional. More than just kiss. I bet he showed her his poop deck. Spies! Oh. Who likes motion sickness? Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait. Is anybody else here? Oh, God. I was thinking his Pokemon card deck.
You never gets old.
Let's go.
Okay, you're going into space, and I don't want to get critical of this. I have a question. You're going into space, and you've got magnetic shoes. Why would the part of the ship you decide to walk on be the bit that is single file in width? Press escape to get to the menu, press escape again to leave the game. I hated this about the menu control. Why would you walk along the rim? Why would you not go and immediately walk straight across the flat bit? I feel... Wave of ads coming up in 5 minutes, chat. We will take a break. Hello, Chimichanga. Hello, Looney Lovey. We're playing Star Trek. Do you like Star Trek? Because we're playing Star Trek. Meanwhile, in a room with a rock in it.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
What are we playing? Star Trek. You haven't ever watched Star Trek?
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
I would like a tea hot, please. My mum likes it though. I've seen a bit from when she watches, but that's it. Be prepared. Space voyages, kissing, people who climb over chairs in interesting ways. The whole 9 yards. And probably, should I touch this?
He's still got a thing for trains.
He does. That's
The
definitely
warp
train.
engines of their day, apparently.
Is this an ex love interest?
I can't believe he keeps this around.
I
don't even know where mine is.
I love the concept of a giant military-style spacefaring agency that hands out paper-based diplomas.
The first mineral Captain Solano ever discovered. Always was the nostalgic type.
There is something oddly refreshing about the just passive spaceship
Can't wait
noise.
to plot a course myself.
Thank you for the contribution, Looney. I would like...
Just a sip of something.
Ractagino.
Ractagino. That sure has a kick.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the Academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare. But, unfortunately, we've had our hands full with the refit.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the...
1 second. That's it. Didn't want to miss the secret disco. Just wanted to dance. I just want to dance, chat. I just want to dance.
Crew.
You mean the accident?
I assume you mean the accident.
That's right. The tragic accident, really. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career. Right there. Within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make.
Captain Pornstash?
And I have to live with the consequences.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission.
Ad is about to drop any second, so everybody, it is time. We've not done it in a while, so it's probably going to hurt a little bit. Woo. Let's comb some beards. You feel less weak? Wait, what did you hit me with? You hit me with a... What did you hit me with? A spear. Why, thank you for hitting me with a spear. Oh god, this is going to be painful. I've not done this in a little while. I need to put some... That's better. Ow! Ow! Need to do one down, one down. Motherfucker! I've not done it in a little bit. It's my own fault. I've been combing it before I go to work in the morning, but not done a proper beard comb in a little while. I'm all tangled. Thank God you don't have long head hair, you'd collapse. I had that when I was a child, and I don't anymore for reasons. But yeah, that would suck. I had shoulder-length hair as a kid. True story. I was also... I am just covered in my own hair. That's pleasant. It was also extremely blonde. Ugh. And then I got, like... It was one of those deals, right, where my mum basically refused to let me get my hair cut till I was, like, 9. I'm gonna go get some food because I'm hungry. I wanted to pop and say hello, bye-bye, lovely, bye-bye, Looney. Hello! That's how Looney says it. Enjoy your foods. That's the ads, and we did some furious beard combage, and it was more than a little bit painful. Welcome back, chat. Let me do this. Let's play some more. Let's play some more.
Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
Whether I agree or disagree, I can promise that I'll be honest to a fault.
Good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day, it has to be my call. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hotari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater.
Who is the senior diplomat we're escorting?
That I don't know. Starfleet hasn't said.
Is it someone we know?
But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday.
As long as you're willing to do the work, you have my promise. I'll do everything in my power to see that it happens.
Thank you.
Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
Let's fucking go, old grandpa man. Let's go to the bridge. I'll be in my ready room. I wonder if they intentionally made this look like the helm of It's got Next Generation vibes about it. With the wood.
Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer.
Yay!
Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
I hate him.
Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
I hate him.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
I'm not going to remember any of these names.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time. And I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
You've heard of me?
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that.
I'm not sure.
You've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a standard to strive for.
I don't know what to say. That's incredibly flattering, thank you.
I hope someday I can follow in your footsteps.
I'm sure you will.
Are we gonna romance the receptionist again?
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Sit in the captain's chair when ready. Okay, let's touch things. Off to touch things.
Communications. Keeps us in contact internally and with other vessels.
Ooh, what does this button do?
So many decks. Full of crew that are now my responsibility.
Fire the missiles!
Tactical station. Hopefully a diplomatic mission won't require we use our weapons much. But if it comes to that, we'll be ready. Science station. The Resolute is a science vessel, primarily. Might explain Commander Westbrook's attitude. I'll have to speak with him later. The helm. The Resolute is a refitted Centaur class, meaning it's capable of quick maneuvers. Can't wait to see what she can do.
I miss Data. Does anybody else miss Data?
Operations. Staffing, supplies. There's a lot to keep track of on a starship. Good thing we have Commander Ermont.
Are we gonna have mini-games? Is this gonna turn into a management mini-game? I miss Data every day of my life.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger.
You missed
posed by
Deanna
the storm.
Troy.
We just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field.
What's the structural integrity? I don't...
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
Is that bad? Should I have done that? Luxana Troy.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
It's all about Odo. He died, right? Like, fairly recently?
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
Can I turn my camera at all?
When I joined
No.
Starfleet,
It's just the
all I
angle
wanted
that
was
we're
a ride
walking
out
at.
of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No.
Odo, the character always creeped you out? How so?
Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine. A massive, massive machine.
Now, what are you complaining about? We got the best seat in the house out here.
Slimy skin.
wanted to get away.
Valid.
I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy.
2019, yeah.
I wanted to go somewhere. See new worlds. Look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander...
Hello. What slimy skin? He was as solid as a human. He also was a puddle sometimes.
Nats just raided with 10 viewers.
Hello, Nats. How's it hanging? Raiders, my name is Chimken, otherwise known as Chim. Charmy B, welcome in. Nats, welcome in. Naomi, welcome in. How's it hanging? Sangwood, welcome in. Oh my god, he's playing Star Trek like a nerd. Yeah, we've you are the one that is a nerd. Kine, welcome in. How's it hanging? Star Trek, more like I'm going to trek that fat ass. You calling my ass fat? Because I appreciate that. That's an ass, Naomi. Wow. Love my engines keck. Engines keck. The man lost his ability to speak. I can speak, and you also know what I can do, Sanguine. I can press buttons. Raiders, if you need to raid and run, please do so. I am going to play a 2-minute trailer so you can see a little bit about me. If you see anything that you like, please hang around. But we really have just started this game. We are playing a handful of... We've seen 2 characters. One is a lady that has arrived as the first officer, and one is a maintenance man. I'll see you in 2 minutes. Friends and enemies, distinguished guests, people in possession of souls. Welcome to the Bob. I hope everybody's ready to watch Chimken get fisted. Welcome to the Bob. Oh, no. I'm here to kick ass. Can I interest anybody in a stinky secret? Daddy? Yes? Is there something the
Also,
matter?
Nats, how was the rest of your stream?
Look at that peen. Oh. It's nicer if you suck on it and it lasts a while. But take your top off. My bunghole is very tidy, I'll have you know. Chim, stop edging chat. I don't understand. I never said such a thing. If you're gonna eat anything, on my recommendation, you have your own ass on hand always. You should never go hungry again. You heard me. I'm aroused just from the conversation about the pink living jellyfish. Oh, that's a very interesting thing to say on the internet. He's gonna fist me and not in a pleasurable way. This butt plug chicken. Oh, I'm so ready. Oh, I'm so ready. I'm mildly concerned. Look how thick he is. Really, really sturdy. I'm gonna poop on you. It's pretty bad. And I have a juicy fat ass. What's the worst that could happen? And this is where I will be for the rest of the night. Oh, come on! Punch them into submission. No other place can I talk so openly about pissing myself. I'd prefer if you didn't make me pee myself. Whoops! I just need to go change my underwear. I really want to have sex on stream. Would anybody like to join me in the cum bath? Remember my mysterious hole. Didn't do it last time, not doing it this time either. Ha 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 ha! Please don't let that be a wipe. I would like to make some sweet music with him. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. You know what's really good, guys? Stabbing zombies up the bum. Now I've ruined it. I am going to die. Ah, ha, ha. You. The government, we have bulkheads. That's it. That's all I've got. Chat, Nats did their first, what's the technical term for it? Where you stream on 2 platforms. Multi-stream today, and I've already shouted them out on Twitch, and I'd really appreciate if you go follow them on Twitch. But if you're even slightly YouTube adjacent, I'd really appreciate if you go click that link and drop them a subscription on YouTube as well. They're more YouTubey than me. I just upload my VODs to YouTube. They're doing like streams and shit, like a nerd. I've returned and I request you sing me happy birthday again because I missed it. No. You'll have to go back and watch the VOD. I don't sing it twice. That's against the rules, and you were here because you responded at the time. I mean, my YouTube is on my VOD done, but I was testing it today. Go follow Nats on. They have a button. I am a banana, oh banana. I am a banana, oh banana. Anyway, a cult. It's not a cult. It's a group of friends on the internet that sometimes kiss each other. Not even for my birthday. Not even then. It is Prague. Okay, we're going to play some more Star Trek. Basically, we have a chief first officer that has arrived to take over a science vessel. They're going to a place called the Hatari system. We're going to be escorting a diplomat there. We don't know who the diplomat is yet, but there is also a maintenance man. He is outside of the ship wearing magnetic boots right now. And that's everything. That's everything. We've really not touched the. Do I get a singing? Grant you, it's been 9 days since it was, but I never got one. No, and I don't mean it. I don't mean it badly, but like, you get one birthday song redeem, and it has to be the day of your birthday. Because it's literally me singing, and up until this point, it's always been on the person's day. So, the day of, noted, yeah. So if you ever want me to sing you happy birthday, you have to do it the day of your birthday. The difference is I already sang Kara their birthday song. They just had the subtitles on. What if you don't stream on it? I haven't thought this through. Exempt, I haven't thought this through. Stuffenheimer, stop lying. I haven't thought this through. Do people actively want me to make singing them a birthday song a thing? Like, is this a thing that the community is requesting right now? Happy birthday to you. You smell like a poo. I know that's not. I can't. Happy birthday to. No. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Exempt, Stuffenheimer, and Happily Ever Cara. Maybe even Sanguine if we're sneaking their name in. And probably Nats. In fact, definitely Nats. Happy birthday to you. There we go. That's a long name. I'll just start. Basically everybody. Happy birthday to basically everybody in chat right now. Happy birthday, everybody. That was. Don't copyright strike me, whoever owns the copyright for happy birthday, because I bet somebody does.
Chovak, we are at the Sif emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Pretty sure it's public domain. I'll hold on to that singing for 5 months. Lol, cursed. I'll sing for you again in 5 months. Angwin, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it.
Beginning recalibration.
Turn them. What is
Careful.
happening?
Too much action and harmonics will deflect the alignment.
I don't understand.
Light touch, Carter.
I don't understand. Am I meant to be putting it into the middle? Yes, I meant to be putting it into the middle.
That wasn't so hard.
God, I hope that that's not ever a time trial. Nobody gonna pay attention to that blinking
Westbrook,
red
right?
light?
Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive. Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer.
Is that Silco?
I'm curious, though.
It is. It is.
Half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer.
Is it?
Given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then?
I'm sorry, are you trying to suggest that you want to kiss Silco from Arcane? The evil character from Arcane? Is that the crime he's kind of bad though? Is he? I think it's Vander hugs. No, I'd break Silco in half. Vander could spoon me, just me. I'm going back to the corner. Has anybody in here watched Arcane? And do you have lust lusty thoughts about the character Silco. There you go. I'll open it to the floor. Would anybody ever kiss the animated character from Arcane called Silco on the mouth?
You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
That's very kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all. Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew. And he was one of my closest friends. So I can only hope that you'll live up to expectations.
I don't think I could ever replace Commander Sutherland. And it would be a mistake to even try.
Seeing as Captain Solano is
He
on the
did not like
starbase,
that.
Let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wide-band burst of ionic energy. Like a tsunami.
They're on the hull of the ship.
I'm reading power abnormality.
Red alert.
Aye.
There are people on the hull of the ship.
Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization
The
on
structural
screen.
integrity field
With the
is
structural
off.
integrity field shut down. We can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
Get the
You can weaken
people
the
in
impact
from
of the storm with a
outside.
deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Commander Westbrook, use the deflector dish.
Already working on it. Optimal timing displayed. It's going to be tight.
Good. Send the pulse on my command. Now.
I did that so wrong.
No, that was too early.
I fucked it. And we're all dead. I told you all the deflector dish. You're playing a StarCraft game and I don't get a special notification. What's the war come to? I mean, it's valid. Game over. I died. I completely fucked that up because I was reading chat when they were telling me which one. I wanted to go with the weapons woman, but I was reading chat and I didn't understand which was hers, and I went with the douche guy.
Commander Westbrook, use the deflector dish.
Already working
No,
on
we're
it.
stuck with this now.
Displayed. It's going to be tight.
Good. Send the pulse on my command.
I made the wrong decision.
Now.
We got it. This is it.
All hands, brace for impact.
Are we not concerned about those two on the hull of the ship?
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing
They
it to
have
backflush through
superpowers
the
now.
system
They
and
just got a
creating
little
dangerous
extra
imbalance.
funky.
Blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
Why? Okay.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
I guess.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
What do you think of it so far? I'm enjoying it.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
I fucked up
One
my.
of the discharges coalesced.
I fucked up my first issue.
I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
Don't do it. One. Oh my god, he's got a gun.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
Use your phaser to clear a path. Okay, let's get the gun out. Why is she just...
Are you alright?
No.
Yeah.
Space, fine.
Took most of it. Just snuck up on me.
That damaged your suit. Energy dampening is down to 60%.
Oh my god, they're behind me!
Carter!
That hurt.
Do not get hit again.
Anybody else? No, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. There's some... Time Lord, there's some standard like Telltale game jank, but it's fine.
We're almost to the regulator.
I'm a bit irritated that I fucked up that first choice, but here we are. Neither of them like me now. Please don't kill me, Space. I'm too young to die. Space, the final frontier. Yeah, agreed. The gameplay's janky at times, but it's all about the characters and plot.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
You're never too young. Forever young. I wanna be forever young.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral. EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovok can...
Oh my... What is that?
just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. Hull vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release this ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working?
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us. Put him through.
I hear Liam O'Brien words.
Remaining
Yeah,
mooring arm
same.
is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
We have crew outside and are looking for the
We have
safest way
people
to...
on this station. If that mooring arm breaks, we could lose dozens of crew.
I don't want to sacrifice
Commander,
two entire characters.
Hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
Reverse the polarity.
I'm giving you an order.
Reverse the polarity. Reverse the polarity.
Jara?
Trust me.
Captain, you brought me here because you trusted me. Can you trust me now?
You better be sure you make the right decision.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
We're reversing the polarity this time. I don't like that man, but we have to.
There is protocol.
Reverse the polarity!
Starbase, stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
The captain did not like that.
Repair crew.
The crew
This is
liked
Acting
it,
Captain
though.
Jara Rydek. Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fucking hell, they're
Mark.
dragging the mouse in this shit. They're dragging the the sensitivity of your mouse in this game is terrible.
Grab my hand. I got you.
Thank you.
That was close. I just wanted to have you on edge.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system
It was
failure.
intentional, I'm sure.
I got it.
Sounds like you need to get good. But does the game have more than one volume slider? It does. Oh my god, the fucking... I can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power. Interesting decision coming up. No spoilers.
Look out!
Oh god. Save the Trill. Save the Trill. They're older and smarter than me. Save the Trill.
Petty Officer Edselar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edselar there to access the interior.
Roger that. Going there now. I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
Quickly, quickly. Get in the hole. Get in the fucking hole. Get in the goddamn hole.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time. No time to fight me on this. Get in there!
No, she's injured.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
She's already been struck over the head. I'm not gonna send her down. I'm not gonna wait. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Jumps head first in the shaft. Is he dead? Oh, he is injured. I just got the achievement. I don't think he's very well.
We made it.
They're safe. Bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
I'm gonna get in trouble now. I'm gonna get in trouble though because the captain was angry with me. I got a little red square. The price of duty.
Nilly.
I'm good. Help me with him.
He has a sizable electric bit. Oh god, toasty.
Let's get this off. Medical. Got one wounded at my location.
He's gonna be rocking a sick scar the entire time.
You don't look so good.
He's a vegetable now. He's got those.
You gotta be more careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet. Now let's get you down to sickbay.
Great.
All dark in that corridor.
Status report.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydick, with me.
He's not gonna like that. I left you in command for 5 minutes and you almost blew up the entire ship.
You disobeyed my orders.
Yeah, because you're a dick.
Well?
It was the right decision.
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the information
You
I had.
disobeyed my orders! And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well. That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my credibility on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
You didn't have the facts.
Captain, I told you I'd be honest, so here it is. Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a direct order, but you were wrong. You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the information. So I made the right decision for the ship. If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew. Trust me.
You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt, but not everyone. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chovak is more complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we all are. And, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know if you weren't in those shoes. So, let's just boil it down to, you did what you had to.
Thank you for understanding.
That'll have to be good enough for me.
Thank you for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will, someday. Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart.
So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
All I ask is a tall ship. Okay, the crew like
All
me now.
departments reporting full mission readiness.
The crew like me, that's what's important.
We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
It's a kit bash, but I really
Ryan seemed
dig
good
the
to
design
sell
of the
as a
Centaur
drug.
class and a star to steer by him.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
That was a reference to tall ships.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
I'm a man of few words. Any questions?
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Hey, look, everybody, it's that standard launch sequence for every starship in the TV show that they ever used. If they were ever at a starbase, there was always a big window that the ship flew past.
That should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Aye, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
Me?
Engage!
Engage.
Simple, but effective.
Whoa. Careful.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look fine.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Why this all of a sudden? She was at like 98%.
Help me get her inside.
Is she dreaming right now? This seems very abrupt.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on him, but he'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your deridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is
It was the
definitely one of the
Ractogeno.
more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer.
It gave me an excuse to come to the
Be
sickbay, though,
honest,
didn't it?
I've never met a Kobliad before. You're...
Rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the deridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet, and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming.
Special?
Maybe even a burden at times.
No, it's an honor.
It does make me unique, but it's not a burden at all. I'm honored to be Kobliad, to represent my people.
As you should be. And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake.
Oh.
My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake.
This is overstepping massively,
What
surely.
concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on. But the more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now.
Was that not massively overstepping?
I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge. It took guts to defy.
She does seem in charge of the, like...
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship. And everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure
He's the doc. The doc needs to be a bit of a... Damn it, Jim,
And
I'm
I'll
a...
spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a sandwich toast. No.
Then,
I'm
my
trying
work
to
here
make
is done.
I'm trying to make a joke and I can't get it to land. Starship doctors tend to be independently minded. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a sandwich toaster.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be lurking outside of sickbay.
He's a crook.
I didn't want to intrude, so it felt more appropriate to wait out here.
He's creepy.
We were all worried about you. Or I should say I was. I wasn't sure what was happening at first. But then I realized it was your condition.
You didn't come to gloat?
You sure you didn't come here to gloat? Remind me that you saw this coming the moment I stepped on board.
Make no mistake, I like being right, and I won't be quiet about it when I am. But it didn't happen at the worst time. You made it through that. So I guess I was wrong. And a bit of a jerk. You trusted my intuition earlier, with the deflector pulse. I felt I should thank you for that.
Well, thank you for coming. Even though you didn't have to.
I wanted to.
Okay, actually, he was a dick when we arrived, and maybe
Now,
it did
Carter,
make up that we went that way.
The missions that gave you that burn are quite unusual, like everything else that goes with this storm.
Has he legitimately got superpowers now?
That's the combination of hyronolin and lectrazine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing. She's come by a couple of times to see you already. Be brief.
Hey, do you want a rub down?
It's good to see you awake again.
Do you want a sci-fi rub
I
down?
was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duvall.
How do I look?
You did take one hell of a shot, though.
Damn
So,
sexy.
Be honest. How bad do I look?
You look rugged.
Rugged?
Okay, how about heroic? Millie was looking in on you too, by the way. But since it's just us right now, I had a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you.
You can tell me anything.
Instead of tiptoeing around it.
It's okay, Miranda. You can tell me anything.
I know that.
Then come on. Just spit it out.
I'm trying. Let me talk. What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends for a long time. But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore.
This is
I
Star
wanna see
Trek.
if there's more between us than just being friends.
Sure.
You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way. There is something between us.
So, do you want to find out what that something is? If it's there for you, and it's there for me, why not give it a try?
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me?
Is it scary? No.
I just said yes.
I wanted to be sure I heard that right.
Sorry to interrupt, but the patient needs to rest if he wants to get back to his old self.
She called me rugged. I like her immediately.
I'll see you again soon.
Oh. That means they like each other. They touched hands. I love Star Trek. Welcome in, Tempe. I hope you enjoy what you see. I'll be honest, there's probably not much longer of today's stream left, but this game will be back. No happy couples in Star Trek ever.
Approaching the rendezvous
Riker and
point
Troy
outside
are
of
still
Atari space.
together in the
Helm,
future. They're
bring
not
us out of
particularly
warp.
happy,
Dropping to impulse.
but they are still together.
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types. I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
I like
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering. Losing.
I can't get it any clearer.
We won't get a transporter lock.
Maybe
it's just not happening.
maybe go fetch her then.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
1 second. Just need to snooze a couple of ads. Dun dun dun. I think we're about to find out who the diplomat is, and I'm wondering if it's somebody that we know, because it's sort of like it's like been built up in conversation about who it is. Or, you know, the importance
Diaz,
of who it is.
You good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
It's fairly new, Tempe. Oh,
sure?
chill.
I'm sure.
Excelsior!
Come on, Diaz. First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Would you play older Star Trek games I can recommend? Diaz? Which one's Diaz? I've completely lost track. The dude?
We're pulling in
Him?
debris.
I'm on it.
Wait, what? Oh, come on. I can't lock on to the last rock. Too low. I was too slow.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Diaz, the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Rydek, plot an intercept course.
On it.
The dragging with the mouse is shit.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17, 200 meters on an intercept course.
Sacrifice the red shirts only works for the original series, though, right? Because the red shirts are commanders in the late series.
Got it.
Whoa! Someone's working hard on the bridge.
I do wonder if it's easier with a gamepad. I might try that next time rather than... Who the hell is on this ship? They've probably got a headache now.
We got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Who is it? The less pips they have on their collar, the higher the chance of death. Oh!
Terra firma, so to speak.
Ambassador Spock?
Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
My son? Are you okay?
That was a bumpy ride. Are you all right, sir?
There are some elements of space travel that I would prefer to have left in my youth. But I am, at present, unharmed by the ordeal. It appears I have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon, if I may say so.
Just doing my job.
All in a day's work, Ambassador. This is what I'm here for.
Quite dutifully. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, this storm is one of the strangest phenomena we've ever encountered. It's disrupted our
It's like a
systems.
telltale, exactly, yeah.
Who
Made
knows what
by
it might do
devs
to
of
a
the,
warp drive?
made from
Yes,
ex-devs, I
it would
think.
seem further investigation is called for.
We'll take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical. Petty Officer...
Carter Diaz. Sir.
Thank you.
Ambassador Spock,
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Okay, shit. I was not expecting him. Especially considering the era that this is, like, the approximate era we said this was set in. I know he dies, I'm just not sure when.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff.
Charmed, I'm sure.
It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
Have you seen the Pioneer movies?
You flatter me, Captain
Yeah.
Sloan. But legend implies the past
He's
tense,
very old then.
Whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
We need your experience.
Your experience comes from the past. But our present situation calls for it.
True enough.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details.
So did the snack. Thanks for the stream and having fun trekking. Thank you, stuff. We're not going to go on much longer tonight.
Neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed. And the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Elydia and Hotari. The Elydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Elydians have shared a mining operation there. The Elydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Elydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Have the Lydians retaliated?
Have the Lydians retaliated against the Hotari? Or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were open to a Federation presence. But it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Lydian fleet in open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
That is correct.
They'd still be exploited.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Elydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Elydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
The Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
I guess we're culpable.
So we've already played a part in this.
Unfortunately, that is indeed the case, Commander Rydek.
We're morally obligated to make this right.
Hold on. Our only obligation is to negotiate the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
Given the Federation's involvement in the Elydium dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the Ion Storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Elydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past.
It's a perfect storm.
But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
That may answer why the Hotari were able to strike back after so long. They finally had an opportunity, and they took it.
That would also explain the Elydians' restraint.
And reason to learn as much about the energy anomaly as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught at a disadvantage of our own. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
Okay.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation.
He's going to ask me to do a crime.
In an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate himself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
I'd die for you,
She
Spock.
certainly goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case.
Whatever it takes.
It would be unconventional.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too
Myalgic
far outside.
encephalomyelitis.
Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened.
Remember when I beat you to it?
Official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Remember when I flashed my nipples on stream chat? That was exciting, wasn't it? Memories, like the corners of my mind. It's like it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? It might have been Sunday, I don't remember. I need a new word. We've had myalgic encephalomyelitis for a while. Wait, what? You missed my nipples. My nipples were out on stream by accident. I missed Chim nips, yeah, 100%. I took a jumper off and my t-shirt went with it.
I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock.
You have nipples? Ew. I got two of them.
It is imperative that the Ambassador shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with.
I want to do it.
The Ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good. You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
I'll take notes.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
Chat.
It seems like he's warming up to us.
Yeah.
Even Chovok has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have to admit that I owe you one.
Is she gonna kiss me too?
You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking.
You don't owe me.
You've pulled me out of trouble how many times? Call it even.
Okay. At the very least, maybe I can track down that bottle of Saurian brandy you're still on the hook for. But first, we have work to do.
Ready to go?
All set. Let's run the diagnostic.
Okay, this is going to be the fastest outro that you've ever fucking seen because I'm running over time and I'm just gonna, we're gonna cut it there and we'll go back to whichever save come next. In that same spirit, I have learned Dolly isn't romancing Solus and this disappoints me. They didn't romance him the first time either. Dolly romances ladies in Dragon Age, you know what I meant. Shut up. Chat, I want you to know that I'm glad you exist. I'm really sorry for the speed at which this outro is going to happen. I am running out of time. I'm really glad you exist. Thank you for joining me for this first playthrough of Star Trek. Thank you very much for VulcanRyan for being the main sponsor of this playthrough because they designed a really cool app for me. And their only price that they wanted me to pay was that I play this game. And I hope that you are enjoying it because I am too. I am massively intrigued. At the beginning of my streams, I ask if there's anything I could be proud of you for. So at this point in the stream, I like to remind you that I'm extremely proud of you for just existing and being right now, being present, being alive, because the world is an absolute shit show. So a couple of reminders. You do not have to watch my content. You do not have to be in chat. You do not have to lurk in chat, though lurking is always appreciated. What I want you to do is take all of the energy that you can muster, focus on just being alive, and then if my content can make that existence a little bit easier, that is the niche that I'm attempting to fill on the internet. In 2023, my partner and I, DollyWhiskers, lost somebody very important to us to cancer. So in 2024, we said fuck cancer for the entire year at the end as an end of stream ritual. In 2025, we're trying something different. I invite everybody in the stream right now to say the word fuck. You will not be penalized by the auto mod in any way. This is just an energy that we're putting out into the universe because fuck works in two ways, chat. Fuck can be a positive, but it can also be a negative. Fuck oligarchy. Fuck. You can also add a word to it. So fucking hell. Thank you very much, VulcanRyan, again for designing that app for me. I love it. It's absolutely great. I look forward to what we can work together on in the future. Fuck, I love Star Trek. Perfect one. Absolutely perfect. Fuck transphobia. Fuck the new regime in the USA. Fuck, I'm tired. Also valid. You get the you get the idea. It's just a thing that we are doing. Fuck, everybody. Fuck, I've never seen Star Trek. I'm gonna have to fix that. Basically, because I'm cool and you listen to me sometimes. I also need to find somebody to raid real quick. We're gonna raid Lumi, who is speedrunning Elden Ring right now. Fuck cold weather. Thank you very much for helping me do weird shit on the internet, chat. I try not to make these outros too quick, but I'm running out of time. If you are subscribed, wait 40 seconds. No, I refuse. If you are subscribed, drop a raid emote on arrival. If you are unsubscribed, take a raid message that I've just copy pasted into chat. I will be back Friday. I can't promise I'll be playing more of this game then. If it's not this, it will be Warframe. I'm going to try and get back into Horizon Saturday, Sunday. And I have a day off Monday because we're collabing with Durandry on Sunday, actually, now that I've said that. Basically, I'll be back Friday. I don't know what I'm doing. I love you all. Have a really nice time. Drink plenty of water. Eat some food. Hug some loved ones. Sniff your beloved family pets. Everybody laugh at Kara for getting timed out right as the ending was about to happen. I'll see you around. Where's the button? There it is. I press it. It's very good. It's very good, yes. Bye. I love you all.